About 3 weeks ago, I took the first dose of Ocrevus Zunovo. I did not have to take the starter dose because I previously had been on traditional Ocrevus. As of December 5th when I took it, the only things available on the website were 2 PDFs, which I downloaded, this and this. When I had signed up to take the medication, there was absolutely nothing. So I'm really glad that they had this available to me, because I was very shocked to find out that it was a shot that was going to be given to me in my abdomen. So I went in. All my pre-meds were pre-meds that I got to pick up at the pharmacy beforehand. It was a steroid. It was like 4 pills because that's just how they had to fill it out. They did like kind of make my eyeballs like, oh. But I'm very, very, very sensitive to steroids. It's the main reason I switched off of the intravenous Ocrevus. And something that like kind of sounded like a Claritin in name is, I think it was some kind of antihistamine type thing. So I just kind of downed those right before I took the drug. Then I went in. My nurse was like, hey, you're the first one to do this. And I was like, that's great. And she pulled out the package insert and everything. And I was like, oh, okay. But that was fine because I knew she was like really taking her time and doing a great job. And we did it together. And I'm sorry that my kids are making a lot of noise in the background, but I can't keep putting this off because I'm sure there's lots of people who want to find out more about this medication, because as I said, there's no website, there's no commercials, there's no videos. And I'm sure people want to learn about a medication that takes 15 minutes versus hours. So it is a long push injection. It's like in a big fat like syringy thing with a long tubing. And I originally thought that it was going to be, it had been explained to me that it was going to be dispersed in the big machine that the Ocrevus, the traditional Ocrevus, is dispensed in, the like infusion-y machine. No, your nurse sits across from you like this, and she sits there and puts a timer on her watch for 10 minutes, and she's like, how was your Thanksgiving? Was it good? And she manually titrates it with her thumb. Just, hey girl, how's it going? And you just sit there and you stare at each other. I asked for them to put the TV on, so I just wasn't, you know, it wasn't as awkward. And then it was 10 minutes, and then I had to wait for an hour. They also inject it into the fattest part of your abdomen. They just kind of like grab your like, you know, your least attractive, you know, your fatty fats. And they tell you that it could like bubble up, and it doesn't just like, it's not like a regular injection where it just goes in. It just kind of, the liquid hangs out in your fat for like a couple of days. So don't be like me and book this right before your wedding anniversary, because I noticed like the next day, like when you look down, that you get to pick the side of your injection, like your left or your right. So my left fupa was sticking out, like was protruding. So yeah, don't do this before like an event that you need to look good for. Like that, I do not recommend. And I was sore, but other than it being sore, no side effects. Like I had no side effects, just it was a little sore and like a little ugly. So sore, you will be possibly ugly. So sore and ugly. And next time I go, I will only have to be observed for I think 15 minutes. I think it's 15 for the follow-ups. If you've never been on Ocrevus ever, I think you have to do, this has to be done in like two 2 shots as opposed to the 1, but that's the same with like regular Ocrevus. And yeah, and I was a little sensitive to the steroid, but with the intravenous steroids, I would have panic attacks, even sometimes on the beta blockers. So that's how it is. Last I checked, I had not seen how much I was billed. The insurance was billed. Traditional Ocrevus went from $116,000 to $119,000. So I'm very curious to see how much they bill the insurance for. I did have to pay for some of the pre-meds. So like typically regular Ocrevus, I have nothing out of pocket for me. I have two insurances, so I don't pay anything. So, but it was very low cost to have to go to the pharmacy and pick up meds. I think I paid like less than $2, so that was great. If you have any questions, or if you want to see the video that I made before I went in, or the video made after that was like more recent as opposed to 3 weeks out, let me know. Or if there's anything else you want to hear about. I have remitting relapsing MS, and it is borderline clinically isolated syndrome. They caught it really early. One of my kids is trying to talk to me. Okay, bye.